All right, hello everyone. This is going to be a quick install video on the Joey Jr. product, and we're going to get right to business, make this nice and quick. It goes on super easy. Things you're going to need a Packout box. I have the large toolbox here. It also will work on the small toolbox as well. I'm covering this one because there's a few more details relevant to this box than the small one. I'll talk about that later. Things you're going to need in your kit, you're going to get Joey Jr. plate. So you're going to want to unwrap that, get that out. I'm showing off here the blue anodized version because it looks cool on camera, that's why. Other things you're going to need, you're going to get this package. It's going to have your mounts in them. You're going to want to open that up, get that stuff out. Hardware. Again, these are the anodized versions, so it comes with the black anodized mounts, and those look awesome. All right, so other things you're going to need for tools. You're going to need a set of Allen wrenches, hex keys, however you call them, and then also going to need a screwdriver. I highly recommend a precision screwdriver like this one. This is the Husky precision screwdriver, and this works really well. Basically, you just want a screwdriver that has a narrow diameter shank on the screwdriver itself. So go ahead, get the Packout box situated. We'll set this other stuff aside for the moment. Get this close to the edge of a table. What you're going to want to do then, go ahead, remove the screw that's in the top of here. Pan up a little bit so you can see that. Just remove the screw that's in the top of here. Once that's done, this rail slides right out nice and easy. All right. Then take your mount. You don't even need to take the rail all the way out. Position the mount over the rail, slide it on, slide it back up. It takes a little bit of finagling to get that in there. You're going to want to push it all the way up, push it down maybe just like half an inch, not even quarter inch, and then push down on this and slide back up, and then it will go back in nice and easy. All right, perfect. And then through the power of TV magic, we've gone ahead and I got the other one on already. All right, then you're gonna need your hardware that comes included in the little bag here, and you're gonna have 4 flat hex head screws and 2 grub screws or set screws. So what you gotta do, get those out. All right, so then you got your grub screw. So you can get the focus, little itty bitty grub screw from the package. That is going to get inserted into the hole on the face. You just want to put that in there. And just leave it loose, don't tighten it down yet. Do the same thing on the other side here real quick. We'll get to tightening those down in a few minutes. Just put them in the holes on the face and screw that in there. Perfect. All right, and then next step, you're going to want to take the 4 pan head screws that you have here. Get that to focus up for you. The pan head screws here, you can take the 4 of those. We're going to grab the bracket, mount it flush in place. These are slotted, which helps with adjusting left to right. It gives a little bit of slop. Okay, so then to get started, I recommend you take a screw, put it through the hole first, then we'll take it down to the Packout and get the first one started. There we go. And again, you don't want to run these in tight yet, just get them to the point where you're maybe just a turn shy of them being snug. And then you're going to do the other 4 as well. Close-up shot, what that looks like going in here with the final screw. All right, now that you got all of those in and they are just shy of being snug, what you're going to want to do next is go ahead and get yourself a small box to put on there. Now it does work best if you hang the edge of this over a table for all intents and purposes. Now what you're going to want to do is start with the Packout box at a little bit of an angle back away from the box. Take that top Packout cleat, push in and down, and then the box is now on there. Now what you want to do, you're going to notice, if you look down in there, here is the Packout clip down in there, right? The locking mechanism for the box. What you want to do is start with the edge and slide this up until that locking mechanism back there hits this upper lip in there. I'll see if I can get a better shot of that. All right, and so then once you kind of got that in in position there. The next thing you're going to want to do from there is to go ahead and tighten down the grub screws on this side and on this side. And when you're in there with your Allen wrench, just take them up till they're snug, and then maybe a quarter or half turn to tighten them. No more is needed. You will strip them out otherwise and have a problem. And then, very important, before you test it out or do too much, make sure that you push up on the bottom of this and tighten down those screws in the top until they are snug. And again, no need to overdo it, just till they're snug. All right, now, I don't want to forget to mention, make sure that you go in and tighten down the 4 screws that hold the plate to the mounts once you got everything else secured and adjusted where you want it. And again, no need to over torque these, just go in, get them snug, and maybe an extra quarter turn. Beyond snug is more than sufficient torque. They should not come loose, and if you are worried about them coming loose, you can always put a little dab of Loctite on there, but I have not had them come loose in my testing. And then one other thing to note, every Packout box itself is a little different. So I have had a couple people, not many at all, talk about how the distance of the rail, once it's all assembled, made the fit of the actual smaller Packout onto the box a little too snug for it to be functional. If that happens, please reach out to us. I will get you a shim kit. Thus far, it's been 1 out of 100 people, it seems like, is about how many I'm finding, so not many at all. And it really just depends on the boxes and when they were made and the tolerances and all that good stuff. So if you have that issue, let me know. We'll get you some shims. Otherwise, basically all it is some little washers for those 632 screws that I put in behind the plate and in front of the mount, so in between the two, just to give it that extra, millimeter or whatever, 50 thou, if you like inches. All right, now you will see, in order to get this Packout box off, I have to push in the latch, pick up, and the box comes off. And there is your installed Joey Jr. And then to put it back on, what works best is typically take a hand on the Packout like so, slight angle to tip those cleats in to catch on the Packout, the Joey, push down, and that little latch, you heard it snap, actually locks the box in place so it is not going anywhere, and actually locks the Packout box into the side of the large toolbox. Now that won't not necessarily be the same on the small toolbox. That lip does not exist on there and doesn't align in such a manner, so you probably will not have the same ability to lock that on there. In fact, I'm 90% sure you do not for my testing, but the friction fit of the box in the onto the Joey Jr. itself is enough to keep it from coming off. It would take a pretty serious hit to get that off. But that is how you install the Joey Jr. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at packabletool@gmail.com or DM us, put a question in the comments, I will answer. Other than that, that is the install.